Imagine a journal that never ends. A single diary that grows with you, stays with you forever, capturing your life as it happens, and resurfacing previous events and memories automatically. Does it sound impossible? Let me show you how to start this endless journal in 2025 and stick with it forever. So welcome back. In this video, we talk about a diary, which is not only easy to start, but it's easy to keep writing for longer. It's called the Forever Diary. Compared to a standard journal, the Forever Diary has just one difference. It flips the time reference from years to days. Let me explain. In a standard diary, you write your entries for an entire year. And then when the year is over, you start a new diary for the following year. And the journal for the previous year is archived. A problem is, all the memories you recorded will be stored away in a cupboard, and you will rarely revisit them. Over time, you will end up forgetting them. But that is the nature of this setup. Once a year is gone, its journal is archived, and there will be really no need to write on the same journal again, because it won't be 2025 again. It won't be the same year again. Because years don't repeat, but days do. And that is the main difference. In the Forever Diary, you keep writing on the same day. The years will change, but the days will stay the same over and over again. Every year we'll have the 1st of January, for example. And on that page, you will write entries for 2025, 2026, 2027, and so on. And not only that, with the Forever Diary, you can just as easily write entries for the past years. Something which is very difficult, probably even impossible, using standard journal. So every time you write an entry for a given day, the 1st of January, for example, you will see all the previous entries for the same day in different years. And it will make you relive those memories. And I cannot tell you how much of a game changer that is. So how do you set up your Forever Diary? Today we're going to set it up using Google Docs. On this channel, I've already explained how to do it on Obsidian or maybe using Apple Notes. But today I thought we would use Google Docs because it's available cross-platform, Windows and Macs, and also because it's available online. So you will be able to edit your diary wherever you are in the world. So let's get started. So here I am in Google Drive. I've created already a folder structure for my Forever Diary, which is very simple. I've created a Forever Diary folder, which contains 12 folders, one per month. And I've got the number in front so that they can be sorted alphabetically. And inside each folder, I've created a number of files, one per day. So in January, for example, you will see I've got 31 files, one per day, as you would expect. So this thing will have to be created manually, but you can do it over time. There's no need to do everything at once at the beginning. Every time you need to write an entry for a specific day, you can create that file, and it will take you just a few seconds. And once you've created the entire structure, there will be no need to change it for the rest of your life. So I'm here in the first month, and let's say that I want to write an entry for the 1st of January. What I do is I double click on this file, and it will open a docs file, which at this point will be completely empty. This is the first time I write an entry for this thing. So the first thing that I do is to name the file. 1st of January. And I will change the style to title, apply title. So this is very clear. So I'm now on this file, and this is the first time that I use it, so it's completely blank. And let's say I want to write an entry for the 1st of January 2025. What I normally do is I add a header that looks like this. The year, the weekday, I'm going to assume it's a Monday, and my location, let's say London. And again, I convert this to a heading 2. I'm going to apply this, and this is now done. Now that I've got my header, I can write my diary entry for this particular year, the 1st of January 2025. Very generic, of course, you can make it as long and as detailed as you want. And then I can do the rest for any other entry, any other year that I've got that I can remember relating to the 1st of January. For example, if I remembered what I did the previous year, I could write immediately another entry for 2024. Again, applying the same style, and Of course, I can do much more than just writing words. I can attach pictures or videos, for example. Let's say I've got a picture on my hard drive, but by the way, if you use a Mac, you can simply drag them from your Photos app, for example. I can simply take it from the Finder and drag it in, as I'm doing in this case. And Google will upload the photo, and now that photo will be attached to that entry forever. The good thing with Google Docs is that you can attach more than one pictures, and you can define a little layout for those pictures instead of having them stacked one after the other. For example, if I took maybe this file, which is a drawing that my daughter made, I've got now two pictures stacked because they're very big, but I can then click on them and resize them. Let's say like this. Then I can resize the second picture, like so. And if I change the type of layout, for example, in front of text, I can then move this. Maybe I'm going to place it here. And I've got my little layout. Now, the beauty of this setup, and I hope you can start seeing the benefit of this, is that every time you write something on a specific day, for example, the next time I open the 1st of January, I will immediately see everything that I did on the 1st of January of all the previous years. And you don't even have to wait for next year to open this page. If you remember at some point something that you did on the 1st of January 1999, for example, you can immediately open the page and write it down, attach photos, and just keep adding stuff to your diary. And the more you add stuff, the more it will become a joy to open those pages and write again. I'm just going to give you another little trick. When you have a page like this, for example, open in front of you, fairly often you want to navigate back to the previous day or to the following day on the calendar. So you can either go back to your Google Drive and manually open the next day, or you can create your own internal navigation. For example, you can add a link at the very top, which is what I do on every single page, one that points backwards one day and one that points forward one day. So, for example, I could create a link to the 31st of December, which is the day just before the 1st of January, by right-clicking here and choosing Insert a Link. There is also a shortcut here, Command K on my Mac, which is probably Control K on a Windows computer. And if I click Insert Link, I can type the text of this link, so 31st of December, for example. And then here I can start typing the name of the file that I want to link to, which has got the same name, 31st of December. And Google will immediately give me a list of files that contain those letters. So I can click on this, and now I've got a link to this file. And I can do the same for the 2nd of January. Command K, text for the link, find the file, click on it, and now I've got a link. And if I click on one of them, you can see Google gives me a preview. In this case, my 2nd of January is empty. And if I click on the name, it will open another window with the 2nd of January. Just another couple of suggestions on Google Docs. I like to switch from this format, where my page has got boundaries, to the pageless format, which is here. Format, pageless format. And this makes the page bigger without the boundaries, and then I can move things around as needed. The other little trick that comes with this pageless format is that now those headers can be collapsed. So as you can see, there is this little button here, and if you click on it, you collapse the entire entry. Now, I don't suggest you do that, because of course you want to be able to land on this page and see every previous entry without having to click around. This thing, however, is useful if you have maybe lots of photos. You don't want to scroll through lots of photos every time. So for example, you can add a new section here called Photos, and you give it maybe a heading 3 layout. And at this point, this little section can be collapsed. So if I click on this, now the photos are collapsed. Last trick, in Google Docs, you can create your own style. So for example, this photo heading here, maybe you want to make it, I don't know, purple and bold. What you can do here is to click on the heading 3, and update heading 3 to match. Now, every time you add a heading 3 to your file, it will look like that text, so bold and purple. This thing will completely change the way you keep a diary. If you tried journaling in the past, maybe you quit halfway because of lack of motivation, well, the opposite will happen with this. The more you write, the more you will be motivated to write. And every time you open a page and you see all your previous entries, you will see how transformational this thing is. So give it a go. Let me know in the comments below how you get on with it. And thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.